Well, hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and we are on another live stream from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want closed captions, remember to activate them on YouTube or Facebook manually and like and subscribe so you don't miss any of these live streams. Sometimes they are at 8 p.m. London time, sometimes a bit later. So, subscribing and hitting the bell is the best way to stay informed on what time of every day I'm going to be making these live streams. Also, don't forget to download my 100 free body language tips in the description of this video. And speaking of body language, I had to pause this picture posted in error by Layer of the Manor. Yeah, I know that kind of errors, Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson. That is a rogue's favorite. I had to put this for you. I knew you were going to like it. That's my pleasure. It's always my pleasure bringing you the best. And I don't know what kind of uh, 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 powers do you have, my rogues, because you guys right my tie color tonight. I don't know. This is the first time I make some kind of poll, a poll between yellow, purple, and green. A bit misleading, trying to mix and match some colors. And you guess 47% of you guess right that my tie tonight was purple. You have powers. I like that. Maybe you have learned from the body language guy. Maybe you saw in my wording the order of the colors. It must be the second one, purple. Purple is a royal color, has to be purple. Maybe it is that was ahead. But let's we have a lot to unpack today. So let's begin with our first topic of the night. Serena Williams has a two-book deal, starting with an intimate and open-hearted memoir. But you have to remember that the articles have like a four-book deal, right? Four books that we don't know what are they going to write. Maybe they are expecting to time go by, so they have more, I don't know, life um, to be able to have some stories left and not repeat the same stories over and over again, because we are a bit tired of that. I still can make memes. I can go back in times and make memes of all those all these years, but we need fresh content, Meghan and Harry. We need fresh content. And Serena is willing to give that fresh content about her very interesting life to the masses. And Serena says this: for so long, all I was focused on was winning, and I never sat down to look back and reflect on my life and career. Over the last year, I've really enjoyed taking the time with my growing family to celebrate my accomplishments and explore my other passions. I couldn't be at a more perfect place to be able to take on such a personal, intimate project, and there's no one I would rather do it with than the team at, wait for it, Random House. This is a very tight circle that they are all like members of the same group, members of the same team, because you remember that Penguin Random House were the same publishers of Harry's memoir, right? Spare, who even before selling was already at half prince of half price. It's not that good of a nice wordplay, because one is prince and the other is price. I'm trying to be to spot those little details. You can imagine that if Serena was the one who, let's say, forced WME, her PR, public relations agency, to represent Meghan, then Meghan would say, well, I have an interesting life as well. I have lived so many things. I need to do this as soon as possible. Why do you think Meghan hasn't announced her book yet? There's nothing that can um, prevent her from doing so. I mean, They are living overseas. They are living their best lives. Let's see. Her Majesty and Prince Philip are not here, so it's not like they are going to be hurt from whatever Meghan says. It's not like Meghan cares about them being or not here at the same time. But why doesn't she announce the book for 2024? That would be a nice thing. That would be nice noise, public relations noise. That's a thing, as Serena has done. But I think that Serena is legit with this. She's got a really impressive track record as an athlete, one of the greatest athletes in the history of humankind. So that's something that I would read. I'm a fan of tennis, by the way, so that's something I would love to read. One of my favorite memoirs, by the way, is Open from Andre Agassi. Amazing book. Very inspiring, extremely inspiring. And we also have, regarding this, we have some combinations of this because thanks to Murky Meg, one of the pioneers, one of the greatest accounts on Twitter, a very, very hot tea if this blind is true. What are your thoughts? Blind item number 8. The property the ginger-haired one wants to buy will be in his name only, and considering how far away it is from where his wife lives, one can assume it is when he finally decides enough is enough. And I don't like that kind of gossip. We're talking about a messy divorce with small children. I really don't like that kind of topics, but we cannot escape the fact that this is something that is happening and the signs are out there, and we have been talking about them all these days, at least for a couple of weeks. So it would not be surprising at all. And reactions did not wait. According to TASS, probably on for tax dodge reasons. That would be one thing. And Anita Wilkinson and Bizarro Lady agree on another topic, Counselor of State status as well as tax dodging. But the Counselor of State will be the most relevant because Harry needs some kind of place to call home in the UK to retain his status as Counselor of the State, as I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong on this. I try to keep up with all this information, with all these details, but if there's some points that I'm missing, please you're free to just write that down on the live chat. I'm keeping an eye on the live chat. I'm seeing the live chat of both YouTube and Facebook here. Twitter doesn't have a live chat yet, but yes, this is the thing. And my do you remember that we were talking about that Harry's book was published and this year, but we were talking about Harry's book since the end of 2021. I remember that we were talking about that since the end of 2021. So it's safe to say that if you want people to be hyped about your book, you should be talking about it at least 1 year in advance. It's the same like in movies, right? You have to talk about the project around 2 or 3 years in advance. We are thinking of making this movie. And then, all right, we have a director, we have a writer. I'm absolutely sure that Serena will have a ghostwriter for a book. That is the usual thing. It's like they don't. Most celebrities do not write their own books. They hire a ghostwriter who knows how to novelize your life, to put the storytelling in all your anecdotes so it's engaging. It's a way they know how to write. Serena knows how to play tennis. The ghostwriter knows how to write. Meghan. Oh well, let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic of today starts with a couple memes. Thanks to Charles' voicemail for reminding me that on Disney Plus for USA, only the USA, Harry and Meghan, a royal romance, and another thing that is going around there is coming soon to Disney Plus. Disney has announced, that I have some issues with Disney, but this is too much. has announced that the Lifetime film Harry and Meghan: A Royal Romance is going to be released on Disney Plus in the United States on Friday 13. That is a joke in itself. Released on Friday the 13th. I don't think. Well, there must be some kind of intern at Disney that made sure of this. Oh, maybe this Friday 13 is the right day to release this. Oh my God. Jeff Kiss, kudos to you, nondescript intern at Disney. Harry and Meghan follows the fairy tale romance of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the moment they met after being set up by friends through their initial courtship when they. Oh my God, I cannot read this. And there's not one, but two. Two of them. Two of these productions. Harry and Meghan: A Royal Romance and Harry and Meghan Becoming Royal. I don't know if they're the same people, the same production or what, but I was looking through some of it and it looks cheap. I mean, cheap? Like you have no idea in some ways. And I don't know why I had to just like land on this screenshot. Why is there a horizontal mambo scene in the Harry and Meghan mockumentary? I don't know how to call this. How does this call itself? This is a film. This is a film. Oh, it's a so-called film. Oh my God, help me with this one. Why do I have to see? Yes, I will not be watching this. I just saw the production and everything looks so plastic. And I'm telling you, you need another level of, I don't know, words escape me to make Harry and Meghan look more plastic than they already are. That is an achievement in itself. Maybe they can be nominated for the Razzie Awards, which are the bizarro equivalent of the Oscars. Well, it's tomatoes. You cannot bleach your mind's eye. Yes, I think I will sit these ones out. I was going to watch them. There are some people that do that on YouTube, right? That they watch really bad movies and they post a review of these very bad movies. Maybe, just maybe. What do you think? What do you think? Should I do a review of these very bad movies? A video dedicated to that? I don't know if I have this stomach to this. I don't know if I have this stomach to this, but maybe I would do a live stream, and one of my live streams will do a chapter dedicated to one of this. And if you like it, then we can move on to the next one. Yes, this is terrible. But the topic that I wanted to talk about in the second chapter of today's show was this one. You know that so many people are talking about this. How to say that? Drugs, semaglutide, that make you lose hunger. That you are not hungry at all. I'm not going to be entering the details, but you know what we are talking about. That name, that word that we are looking at, that we're looking there. And talking about that, I think that we are being set up. So I'm not going to mention it directly, but I think this is a stop. You know that scene when the Predator movie, when the Predator realizes that he's being set up by Schwarzenegger and he says, oh my God, this is a trap, and then ultimately falls into a trap. Well, that's how I feel right now. I think that's a trap. But this is some insights taken out of context from an article. So let's talk about this. But those close to her, to Meghan, are concerned about Meghan herself. Something seriously wrong, says a source. She's obviously not taking care of herself and looking scary skinny. Nutrition expert Dr. Fred Pescator, who doesn't treat her, estimates her weight. I don't care about numbers here. And loved ones are blaming her frail frame on her hectic schedule. What hectic schedule? What is Meghan? We need some kind of agenda to understand why Meghan's schedule is so hectic. I mean, screaming at the Archwell team, jumping into a private jet, coming down from a private jet, speaking some word salad, wardrobe change, speaking some more word salad, jumping into a seven vehicle motorcade, then speaking, oh, sorry, getting out of the motorcade as well, speaking some more word salad, uh, waving to the invisible crowds, that non existent crowds, jumping into the private jet again, going to a 3 day escapade to the islands, and then I don't know what. Okay, the hectic schedule that doesn't fool anybody. How many nannies do they have, by the way? Combined with money woos. Oh my God, the money. I don't know what to think about this, but I will make do my own research about those money woos for tomorrow. Promise and constant public scrutiny. Well, yes, I guess I'm a bit guilty of that constant public scrutiny. But to be fair, all I do is to read headlines from the mainstream media and read Twitter comments and post them here and create memes. That's all that I do. I do nothing else. And not only about Meghan, but the royals as well. As the source, Meghan is cracking under all the pressure and it shows. Oh my God, Meghan has struggled with body image before. And this is a serious thing, by the way. My 20s were brutal, a constant battle with myself judging my weight, the former actress has admitted. But this time is different, says the source. Loved ones fear this could be a sign she's relapsing into the serious depression that plagued her after her marriage. Blah, blah, blah. This is a real thing. This is something that happens for real. But you know the character that we are talking about. You know that we are talking about. Oh my God. I know there's a joke in here, Jody. She's certainly cracking, but not under any kind of pressure. But I'm sure there's a joke in there. It's just going over my head. Sorry. Oh, all right. All right. Be fair, she's busy spending a lot of time in car parks. Well, maybe. That sounds that sounds like a country music song. She's busy spending a lot of time in car parks. That would be a nice country lyric. Okay, so according to Taz, also have a separate opinion for this. The stage being set for divorce, maybe. Definite straight. Yes, and she's been setting the stage for a while. Divorce of the century coming. I wouldn't be surprised if she has secret recordings of Harry having tantrums. So it looks like he's violent. Taking cues from Amber Heard's playbook. Okay, she could also take cues from Jada's playbook as well. And Basewater Girl, I've had this affliction like Diana on my bingo card for months. Also had car chased by Paps. Next will be there was 3 of us in this marriage, and who will be the third one? Nacho? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. You know, my thinking is very dangerous. You know that I only tweet and speak on my videos. Only like 10% of what crosses my mind. I need to be heavily filtered. I need a heavy filter to make sure I don't say something that will land me in trouble. I cannot afford that. And by the way, someone asked, why do Jada and Meghan have this huge vein on their forehead? And I'm just gonna say this from my studies in traditional Chinese medicine. The bulging forehead vein is the sign of someone who has overplayed their hand. They've accumulated way too much yang qi energy or polarity or yang polarity by pushing to win at all costs. That's a very masculine polarity, including manipulation of anyone that comes close. That's a bit of a yin strategy. I will be talking more about this on my Twitter account, the Battle Language Guy, and I will be making some videos about this. There's one video about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith that I will be focusing on this yin and yang energies. And yes, that is in my research, that is a sign of that. There's this pushing, this manipulation that I had to win against all odds that produces that kind of manifestations. That has nothing to do with people if they with their amount of fat. Maybe it has to do with a bit of genetics, but it doesn't appear all the time. And why does it appear when people are smiling? Are they stressed or something? That is interesting as well. But J.E. J.E. May, Duchess Marmalade, has something to say about Meghan, by the way. And I want to read this. Meghan, you are the mistress of your own misery. Meghan and Harry's stress is all on them. They set everything up to be a competition and take down of the royal family and chose to pose as Hollywood A-listers, which they now cannot afford. Of all the lives available to them, they could have chosen a peaceful path that didn't include weekly PR articles and books and interviews attacking Harry's family. They chose what they chose. But to surprise, they're finding the public still has confidence and support for the royal family because the royal family actually stands for something important. The royal family is actually a legitimate institution. On the other hand, Meghan's popularity has plummeted, as people see her as not representing anything in particular and whining she's a victim when she's actually one of the most privileged women in the world. Her game has not played out the way she intended. Now we're told she's stressed and losing weight and not looking after herself. You could have chosen a peaceful path, focused on a cause and made a difference instead of throwing out word salads and buying awards for every passing fad while actually doing nothing. Meghan, you're the mistress of your own misery. Well said, J.E. Well said. And I think this is something that we will see developing in the following months. In this stretch up to December, remember that I've made some kind of predictions about the people working at Archwell. What we are going to see in the following months will define the first 3 months of 2024. And WME right now cannot afford to lose even one single day about Meghan's brand image because this is a race against the clock to make sure that they can do anything. But what do they have to work with? That is the big question. That is a big question. I will make a video on Yin and Yang Marine. Rest assured about that. I will begin talking about that topic on my Body Language Guy channel. You can check out. I'm sure that you follow me there as well. So let's move on. And I want to talk about William and Catherine right now. And this quote from not from Fifi. Fifi, the well says, share it. But the quote is from Sir Magdi Yaqub, one of the world's leading heart surgeons and close friend of Princess Diana, say the following about her dear son, Prince William. She, Diana, taught Prince William well that if he is going to be king, he needs to feel the pain of the people. I agree that is there's something to think about. I think he will be great. He is sensitive. He's a sensitive person, he says, adding, but as for the other one, this one, Prince Harry, no comment. And this is something that bothers me a lot about how Harry could have done so much without the pressure of being the heir. That he had the most privilege, spot in the world. He could have just done half of what was expected of him, and there was no pressure whatsoever. But somebody convinced Harry that he was exploited, that he was meant to be only for spare parts of the actual heir, which is of course nonsense because Harry is still is in direct line of succession. But the problem was that when someone is so can be manipulated in so many ways, they will be manipulated if they let the wrong people in. And sometimes you have to, maybe you can say, all right, some people are not responsible if someone tries to manipulate them, but I disagree, because usually you have family and friends that tell you, hey, something is wrong. And Harry had enough people around him telling something is wrong, and William himself told him. He didn't tell, hey, you cannot date Meghan. He didn't tell him that. He just told Harry, just take it more slowly. Take it easier. Just take your time. Do not rush it. That's all that William told Harry. And Harry said, no, I'm going to get engaged right now and get married because I love this woman. She's the love of my life. Or whatever. I'm going to do whatever I want. Oh, oh my God, Susan Wright. According to H.G. Tudor, his daughter got in the way. Agreed. Oh, thanks, Katie Rainbow. Thanks for the excellent AI generated memes. I do my best to make this generated memes. And this, Bell, Royally Bell, another of my favorite accounts on Twitter. Prince William and Prince George meeting the president of the Welsh Rugby Union after the match today. And I need to show you this. I need to show you that. Let me see. Everything is okay. It's nice. I need to show you this video of George besides William and George Foster. You know that he's already been trained in body language, the way he stands tall. George is a very tall kid. You know that William is really tall, really, really tall, and George is almost at shoulder level of William. That is impressive. The way, of course, he is still in training. George is a heir in training, but still you can see that there's the right stuff right there. There's the right stuff right there. Tell me if you see it, my rogues. Yeah, he's only 10. He's very tall for his age. I don't know what is Prince William's height. What? 1.91 meters. How much is that in feet for my US friends? Sorry. I had some trouble making the conversion. 6.2. Oh my God, 6.2. William is 6.2, 191 centimeters. Quite tall, William and George. Well, George is it's already here in training. Looking at your comments right now. 6'4", 6'4". Oh my God. He's growing. William is growing. Wait a minute. 6'3", 6'4". Is this like an auction or something? Sold to the lady. Pinky J. Sold to Pinky J for 6'4". Oh my God. Oh my God. Miranda writes Miranda's asking a personal question. Happy Friday, Jesus. Love your lives. We all want to know, how tall are you? Well, I always I have a very common height in Hollywood. That is in feet will be 5'10". It's around 179 centimeters. It's like I will say I'm the same height as Jason Statham. Okay, you picture Jason Statham. We are exactly the same. Hey, you know, more or less the same frame. I'm trying to have to go more to the gym, but yeah, 5'10". That's me. No lies. No lies tall there. No, I'm 5'10". All right, let's continue here. I also saw this from the Royal Wales on Twitter. Wales in the shop earlier. I couldn't resist the Princess of Wales looking beautiful on the front cover of Hello magazine. You know that Hello magazine has its takes sometimes, but it cannot be denied that they have this fantastic covers with Catherine on the cover. But so many times, why does this keep happening? It's not Kate, it's Catherine. And I needed to share this the knowledge meme with you. Why do they keep saying uh, Kate? Oh, thanks, Susan. Thank you. You're taller than Paul Newman. He was 5'9". Yeah, I think I've always told uh, man that you don't have to be that concerned about your height. For example, I was also I used to be very insecure about my height, about my nose, about my voice being not that deep, manly voice. No, no. At some point I realized that this here and this here matters much more than anything else. That wits and the heart is what, hands down. Yes, I can be quite evil at times, but I try to that insecurity, that oh my god, I'm not tall enough, I don't have a voice deep enough, I don't like my nose, I don't like my teeth. I one goes for all those stages until you say, f it, like just f it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What's it's like after 40 years old, I said it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What's the matter? If people like me, they will like me as I am. Oh my god. Oh my god. Uh, don't mention Tom Cruise. He has more. He has more. Tom Cruise has more. I was going to say, so I'm not going to say that. I'm going to get into trouble if I say what does Tom Cruise has over me. I wanted to talk about this. I'm sure that we are over time. Doesn't matter. A few more minutes. I wanted to talk about this kind of headlines. I got me a bit worried. This kind of headlines: how William and Catherine donated 13,000 pounds after seaside trip and are now transforming royal visits. Why do we have a problem with this? Because I knew that in the body of this article they were going to say something like this. There are plans in the works for further pilots to look at how we can deliver impact in the community in the long term. And then it may not always be a huge sum of money. Aides are looking at providing benefits in kind, like the garden. I garden that a network of similar gardens to help mental health. The problem with this kind of headlines is that people will jump immediately to say, "Hey, that is how much is that for you? How much is that for you? You should be given more." It becomes a money affair, a number affair. I'm not saying that they donating 13,000 pounds is wrong. That is great in many ways. Any help is welcome, but it's something just representative. How do I say this? It's much more important the work they have been doing, and just want to warn you that this is something that people that are anti-monarchists, that are sugars, can immediately jump at this. Oh, there's so little that they're donating, but they're focusing on just numbers. And it has never been about just numbers. This has been about awareness. It has been about, making this visible, all these charities, all this patronage. That has been the main point of the royals, and in this case, William and Catherine. So expect attack saying, "Oh, they are donating so little, being so rich, so being billionaires, being billionaires." Oh my God, that's something that it's gonna happen. I know, and in my opinion, William and Catherine are doing amazing, and many people salty about that, but keep crying. Oh, thank you for all your words. Thank you for all your words. Thank you. I don't want to inflate me too much, but I want to thank you for all your kind words about my about myself. But yes, I think uh, this is a tough one. I think this much tougher for women to be comfortable in their own skin with their bodies. That's a real thing. That we were talking about that I don't deny that Megan also felt that at some point, but you should not be hypocritical about that. Uh, at the same time, if you want to make changes, adjustments here and there, I'm not gonna judge you. I have said, by the way, in terms of facial features, I am against most modifications of your anything that regards nose or lips or ears, because that affects that flow of energy around your face, and also affects the way people look at you and appreciate your emotions and everything. So for me, those emotions, the way that you express those emotions, are much more important than any adjustment. Sometimes people do some adjustments, nip and tuck here and there, and they feel more confident. They feel happier with their face. More power to them. The most important thing is getting a physician, a surgeon that knows what they're doing and is not just doing things for money. Another super chat here, Rebecca. Jada, Megan, narcs don't like to think they are humanly weak. They go to extremes to show they are number one invincible to the point of being inhumane. I agree with you, Rebecca. Rebecca's mentioning sent that super chat because of this picture, that tension of that bulging vein in the forehead, and maybe a lot of stress, but that this ancient Chinese medicine has been for thousands of years, and these people have studied the face in ways that one cannot even imagine. I've been studying that for 5 years now, and I'm about to create some videos on this. Read your comments. Yeah, I'm being coy. I'm being coy. This your Jesus. What product do you think this one's wife will be launching in her comeback in November? I think the first step should be something like a social media account or a website. I think it should be it. Should be something that is very low investment, just to gauge the feedback of the people, which I don't think it will be that good. That is the biggest problem for Megan and WME, especially for WME at this point. Uh, oh yeah, talking about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has a plethora of talent and class that petty, jealous people have nothing to dismiss or lessen her. So that bottom feeding is all they do. I agree. I agree with you. Renette Spanish. Hello, hello. Will you speak Harry? Oh, my Harry accent. I should be doing it more often. About Prince William, he's a dreamboat and will be the best king Britain has ever seen. Well, you will have well just have to wait. You know that all this struggle right now between the fans of the king and the queen and the fans of William and Catherine. I think that is doing a disservice to the royal family. I think that's not something that Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II would have wanted for us fans of the royal family to be uh, arguing about. But I think the right now we need to stay more cohesive, more uh, like in the speech of the king, by the way, what unites us is more important than what divides us. So I think that is way more important right now, regardless of the difference. Maybe you are more a fan of the king and the queen. Maybe others are fans of William and Catherine, um, the prince and princess of Wales. But right now, unity is what we need. Hard times are coming. I'm not gonna lie. Hard times are coming. Some things are going to be better. Um, I have the idea that this era of this nonsense and so many crazy things that mentally unhealthy people are trying to push on us, it's going to pass at the most in 5 or 7 years. I don't think that can last. Okay, because you know that any business that goes that way goes broke. And at the same time, there are things that to get out of this era is going to be a bit difficult, especially because, and the king also said that on his speech, the what are going to be the possibilities and the threats of artificial intelligence. We have to think about that. So many things, disinformation, everything we absorb, all the news we absorb them through Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, I don't know, maybe even Instagram, but pixels, every bunch of pixels can be manipulated. Video, uh, my what I'm doing, I'm gonna tell you. Now that we're talking about mental health, I'm gonna put this little, or maybe let me change this to yeah, right here, a primary camera. My best advice in terms of mental health, I've said about this, I've said this a couple times in past days, is to stay off the news as much as you can. And if you have to be on Twitter, I have to be on Twitter because of my job. Mute and block and try to put this fence around yourself. What I've done, this is my strategy. And if I'm not reading things that pertain to my job directly, I just try to watch cat videos. I love cat videos. That's a guilty pleasure. And my timeline used to be all this tragedy and all this politics nonsense. I know that I wanted to start this politics channel, but it's so crazy right now that it's not gonna be nice for my mental health. I'm still trying to get my sleep schedule sorted out. So yeah, the cat videos are doing great for that. Maybe you should write to William and Catherine if they can start some kind of movement for cat videos for mental health. That would work. I would support that. I would be ambassador of cat videos. Kitty, maybe you are a puppy person. There are kitten people and puppy people. That's okay. Oh my God! Thank you, small person. Thank you, small person. Small person over here. This channel is my guilty pleasure. Thank you. You're not a small person, by the way. Thank you for saying that. Dusty's girl prefers dogs. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Yeah, so many of you stop watching the news. That's something that we absolutely need. That's why I've had so much trouble trying to find the sweet spot for my body language guy channel. I've been through months, like the whole year, trying to say how can I actually retake the body language guy in a way that is not a tragedy, because everything is true crime or I don't know. I can't even make an analysis of Britney Spears without looking at her and say, "Oh my God, this is terrible." And so many channels focus on bad news. I don't know. I don't think that is good for us, and that was also taking a toll on my own health. I don't think that is the way. I think the way is being being a bit laid back. Uh, you help me forget about the stress in the world. I, I I'm glad about that, Grace. Thank you for mentioning it. Uh, all right. Read some more of your comments. Hillary Oldfield. Personally, I don't think they should be referred to as a non-working royals. Ex-royals. Harry himself said he wants to be known as just Harry, and she should just be called by her name. And by the way, as of late, Meghan has been is being called more like Meghan and less the Duchess of Sussex. I don't know if you have noticed. I will do some research on that, by the way, just to be sure. But yes, thank you for being here, my Rogues. We went a bit overboard tonight, even if I was a bit tired today. But I'm trying to make this here these live streams every day for your viewing pleasure and just to share a safe space here, family friendly entertainment, some memes, and some uh, harmless gossip. Because let's face it, this doesn't harm anybody. If, to whoever this harm, they can just block me and not watch my videos, and that's it. That will be all that they need to do. This is nice. Susan Reich. Neil Sean says the person who used to be Prince Harry. That is nice. That is nice. My Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and until we meet on another video or another live, remember the two most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. I love every single one of you. Bye bye.